This is a quick follow-up to the Bobby Czyz piece that I posted a few days ago. It's always interesting to read your feedback on certain fighters that I do extended videos on, and I was waiting for someone to point out not only what a throwback fighter Czyz was, but also how mean he could be in the ring. Czyz entered the ring with a serious chip on his shoulder, much like Tony Ayala Jr., and both had demanding fathers pushing them. There were fights where Czyz would mock his opponents after stopping them, sometimes while they're still on the canvas. And his mean streak wasn't something that was often mentioned, maybe because he was so well spoken outside the ring. In this clip, he's in his 19th pro fight, having been a pro for just under 2 years. And already a contender, his rapid rise stands in stark contrast to the much slower pace we see prospects move at today. Now, in the opposite corner is Manuel Melon, who was a long shot prospect at one point, getting featured in Boxing Illustrated's Pushin' Leather series in the early 1980s. He was a former New York Golden Gloves finalist who worked various odd jobs, such as chauffeur, warehouseman, and Coca-Cola driver to support his 3 children. He got a late start in boxing, turning pro at the age of 27. He did defeat John LeCicero in a 4-round decision, but they were both obviously still inexperienced. 6 months prior to this bout, he was decision over 8 by Tiger Walker, and at the age of 33, he's coming in as an opponent for the 20-year-old Czyz, but has a reputation as a tough brawler who has never been floored.
Rules in the dressing room. You have any questions at this time? Okay, you see I got his trunks even off here at the borderline. The cup is a little too big, okay? All right, shake hands now. Take your corner.
Larry Hazard, the referee, and this scheduled 10-rounder. Manuel Melon in the red with the white stripe. Bobby Czyz in red, white, and blue as our nation celebrates its birthday. And by the way, happy birthday, America. Here in New Jersey, they'll score it by the round system. Supplemental 5-point in the event of a deadlocking round. We're underway. Melon is the 3rd straight southpaw for Bobby Czyz. And he said the left-handed slants don't bother him at all.
Well, he's used to fighting southpaws, and for Melon, of course, the biggest fight I would think of his career. He's beat Johnny LeCicero early in his career, maybe his best victory, but right now this is his biggest fight.
Bobby Czyz, very popular here in the East. He has sold out the ice arena here tonight. Obviously, he's got the crowd in his corner. A right to the body by Czyz. Melon hanging on the ropes early in the action.
Well, Bobby Czyz acknowledges that Melon is difficult to hit. He's a clutch and grab type southpaw. He's the kind of fighter who will bob and weave and has an awkward style. So Czyz will take his time in trying to figure out the puzzle of Melon.
Manuel's pants are dropping on him. You can see his belt exposed on the waistline. And actually, Czyz doesn't have too much room there to shoot body shots.
No, not much at all.
That belt is almost on the chest of Melon.
Well, Larry Hazard said he put the trunks at what he thought was waist level, and he told Lou Duva he can punch above the trunks, even though the protective device is there. But that diminishes some of the effect of the punches, in my view.
Straight right hand lead right hand by Czyz, and that's scored halfway through the round. Czyz told me that he's learning how to pace himself as a professional. He said he had so much energy that even in his victories early on, he was expending too much early in the fight, then having to retrieve and gain some more steam toward the end. Now he's conserving himself a little bit.
And perhaps the best illustration was that when he fought Teddy Mann. Early in the fight, he had Mann down, he had him hurt, but in the later rounds, he tired, and Mann was able to close his eye and give him all kinds of trouble. So you're right, he's pacing himself better, and it's a sign of maturity.
Now, earlier this year in January, he had a tough match with Robbie Sims, put him down early, but he had to go a full 10 to win it. So while Bobby Czyz is undefeated with a glittering record, he is going up a notch in his opponent's talent with each fight. They're not putting him in there against easy guys. Czyz with a shot against a rated fighter in August. He's going to fight Chung Pao Park of Korea, who's rated number 6 by the WBA. So this is a tune-up for him. Coming back round 2 after this pause.
Bobby,
Okay.
that left hand, you can get away with that left hand anytime you want, okay?
Yeah.
Just watch that little lunge, okay? Put that left hand in there.
To the head combinations, load up only to the body. All right? And paint them a little more. A little paint, get your hands out. Okay? So you're not lunging. A little paint.
Second
The voices of Lou Duver and Tommy Parks, they felt that Bobby Czyz was lunging with the left in the opening round against Manuel Melon.
Well, let's see how I had that first round scored. I gave it to Bobby Czyz. He did most of the damage, and it was a slow-paced first round, both trying to feel each other out, but Czyz certainly did more damage.
Czyz, a well-muscled 20-year-old, power in both hands. We've seen him take out opponents with left hooks and straight rights. Admittedly, he can work much more on his defense. Now here against Melon, he is digging in and throwing heavy punches. Left hook by Czyz, a right hand. Melon sags to the ropes and he's on his knees. Larry Hazard comes over for the count. Melon is up at 4. Takes the mandatory 8 count.
Bobby!
And that's the first time Manuel Melon has been knocked down in his entire professional career, so he's in trouble.
We're early in round 2. Czyz working the body, and Melon taking a beating here. Melon is on the lower rope strand. Czyz pounding away. Larry Hazard stops the fight. Bobby Czyz wins on a TKO in the second round, running his record to 19-0, 14 by knockout.
Well, here was that first knockdown. Bobby Czyz had hurt him at this point. Now he was cleaning up on the ropes, hit him with a big left hook as he was going down. That was the first time Melon had ever been down as a professional. He got up again, and here's where Czyz got him cornered. He was sitting on the bottom rope, and Larry Hazard quickly moved in to protect Manuel Melon, and that was it. So Bobby Czyz remains undefeated, and for Manuel Melon, kind of a surprising early finish.
In our pre-fight interview, Bobby Czyz says he was most proud of the fact that he is a finisher, and he indeed took care of business tonight against Manuel Melon. After he hurt him with an opening left hook, he really punished him about the body for the first knockdown, and then after Melon got up quickly at the count of 4, taking a mandatory 8 from the referee Larry Hazard, Bobby Czyz wasted no time putting him away for good.
What people have to understand is the man he just knocked out, we pointed out he'd never been knocked down before. Tiger Walker, an undefeated fighter who just fought him in New York, they went 10 rounds, and Melon was coming on toward the end of that fight. So while Melon is a journeyman, he is not considered a washed-up fighter by any stretch. So the fact that Czyz could take him out and take him out so early is an important feather in this young man's cap.
So our view of undefeated middleweight Bobby Czyz, short but very sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 1 minute, 24 seconds of the second round. Referee Larry Hazard halts the contest. Winner by technical knockout, still undefeated, Bobby Czyz.
Melon never fought again after this bout. I don't know what became of him. If you haven't checked out the Bobby Czyz documentary, I'll leave a link in the description box below. Thanks for watching.